All right, rise and shine. It's Merle Car Time and Dan, the great curator. It's another live stream episode of Between Two Slabs. It's Tuesday night. Well, we're a little late right now. It's 6:23 Pacific time, our time, Dan, but
Sorry,
it's
guys,
almost 9:30
we had
on the
technical
East Coast.
difficulties.
So all those people on the East Coast and other parts of the world, welcome and aloha. So, Dan, how was your Thanksgiving? Did you get fatter or skinnier?
Oh, I definitely got fatter. I gained a lot of weight. Thanksgiving was awesome. I love this time. I've said it before. I've said it the last few weeks, and I'm going to say it every week up until New Year's. Is I love this time of the year. It's just it's just great to be, with family, to be out holiday shopping and seeing all the festive decorations and all that stuff. Like anybody who does not enjoy this time of the year, something's wrong with you. Seriously. But for me, I definitely had a great Thanksgiving weekend. How about you?
Oh my gosh, yes. And I've actually, believe it or not, I've been on a stricter diet. I haven't touched any sugar or heavy carbs until Thanksgiving, and I drank some sugar, and some food, and I got full so fast. Maybe that's a good thing, but
Yeah.
I couldn't eat everything on my plate. I wish I could. Do you hate that? Do you hate when you're even if you're starving and you put all this on your plate and they're like, I want this, I want that, I want that, and then you get down to the table, you start taking like 2 or 3 bites, and you're full, and you're just like, what the hell? I wish I could eat more.
I've never
Have you ever had that at Thanksgiving?
never had that problem.
I do all the time, and it's like sucks because I want to like enjoy it. I was going to shove it in my face, down
Why
my
do you get full
stomach.
so quick?
I don't know, man. I used to do it. It used to happen to me a lot back in the day when I would host Thanksgiving dinners. And I think it was all the whole entire day cooking because I
Yeah.
would make like 5 or 6 items
Right.
plus all the stuff that people brought to me. And I think all that tasting and everything, making
Well,
sure
that's what
everything's
it
ready
is.
and prepared,
Yeah.
you're just like, ugh,
Yeah. You're just snacking the whole
and
day,
tired.
right?
Yeah, and exhausted
Yeah. Yeah.
from it all. I've been cooking so long. Did you cook a turkey or anything?
We didn't cook. We didn't cook a turkey this year. We had chicken
Okay.
for it.
You
um,
substituted chicken. Okay.
yeah, we substituted chicken, but we cooked like a bunch of sides and all that stuff. And I was like, during the year, I don't know if I told you, during the year, I only cook a couple times in my household. So I
Yes,
was
I
in charge
heard.
of the meal this time, and I was cooking for like 5 hours. Yeah, but
Oh
it was
my.
fun. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Oh yeah, I like it. But that's why I like now. After I hosted 3 dinners, I don't want to do it anymore. So I go back to my friends who I've been, childhood friends back in North Carolina. They live out in Simi Valley, and they have a large house, and a lot of people come. And there's probably like 3 or 4 turkeys. There's like 3 or 4 hams, 4 or 5 macaroni dishes, stuffing, corn, like everything, desserts, full bar, and we're there probably like 5 or 6 hours. And then when we get back to our house here in Hollywood, we have to take like a mile walk in order to digest the food because it's just you feel like you're gonna explode while you're in the car driving back. But it's well worth it. I love it, man. It's so much good food, and you feel festive again. And then the this weekend, Maria had me watching the Purina Dog Show because that comes on every weekend. I don't know if you watched it or not. And
I think I cycled through it. I think I saw something like that. Yeah.
so I forget. Oh, I think it's a French Bulldog one. Maybe they should make dog show cards, or have they before?
I'm
Haven't
sure
we
they
seen
do.
dog show cards like old ones from like 100 years ago? Doesn't our
I'm
friend
sure.
Jay
Yeah.
in Dallas sell those cards?
I'm sure they do have something like that. You know what's
Yeah.
interesting?
So what's that?
So I don't know if you noticed this, but so a couple years ago, right? You could go like the mentality of Black Friday shopping and all that stuff. Like on Thanksgiving, stores were open during
Mm-hmm.
Thanksgiving, right?
Oh, they were.
And then you could do like Black Friday sales like at 6 p.m. I remember going to Target at like 6 p.m. on Thanksgiving Day for Black Friday sales, pre Black Friday sales. And then the pandemic happened. They ever shut everything down. And then this time they haven't opened it back up, right? Like
Yeah.
everything's closed on Thanksgiving, I guess the way it should be, and then they just open it up on Black Friday. So it's kind of interesting. I feel like we've reset our mindset to not expect stores to be open on Thanksgiving and to go shopping and stuff like that.
Yeah, I couldn't do any of that. I came back home, watched the last game, and just laid on the couch like Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah. I was looking, like, I ate so much, I was looking for somewhere to go where I could just walk around. And
nowhere?
That's why I was surprised that that all the stores were closed and stuff.
And on Friday, did you go shopping?
We did. Well, actually, Friday, did we go shopping? I think we did, like, in the evening, but we didn't go for, like, in the morning or anything like that because I had to work. I had to do some work stuff most of the day, but then we went on the weekend too, and then I did some online shopping. It was fun, dude. I got. Okay, now that we're talking about this,
wait a minute. Now, was online shopping cards or actually Christmas gifts?
Toys.
For you or for others?
For people and myself, mainly myself. But I did control myself.
That question with Dan.
At one point, because there were different sales and stuff. At one point, I had like 30 items in my cart on these various websites or different websites, and I was like, maybe I shouldn't be buying this toy, that toy. I'm a toy collector at heart, right?
Yes.
But I try to like not buy as many because I just don't have room for all these toys. But Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals, they usually give you like 20-25% off. So it's a good time to take advantage of that stuff. So I was buying a few items here and there, but it's very easy to get carried away for sure because everything is so cool these days. You just want to buy everything.
Oh my gosh, yes, you do.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of cool gadgets and everything. Sometimes I would like to go and buy toys, but it will be kind of weird for a 52-year-old man to play with the toys in his living room.
That's not weird at all. That's totally normal.
I wish I could. There's parts of me like I just want to like bust out the toys in a box.
You should do it. You should just get like one little toy and try it out. Whatever you want, like Transformer, G.I. Joe, I don't know, whatever. You can even get the starting lineup ones that they have now. Whatever. Just try something and see if you like it. And I bet you're going to have fun.
I probably would until Maverick, our 11th-month-old dog, he'll be 11 months on December 1st. He'll probably eat them all.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And swallow them whole, and I'd have to end up at the vet again, trying to get them pulled out of the stomach.
I want to share a quick story now that we're talking about Black Friday stuff.
Let's do it.
I was in the mall and walking around the mall. They had all the Christmas decorations out, real, lavish decorations, toy trains, and what do you call it? Like animatronic puppets moving around and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like looking at it, and it reminded me as a kid. Because I had my daughter with me, I had Emily with me. And Emily was looking at these dioramas that were moving and stuff. And she's like, wow, what's going on here? She loved it. And it reminded me of when I was a kid looking at that stuff, because they would do that stuff back in the day too.
Right.
Where they had like moving dioramas and stuff like that. And I was just like, I don't know. It's just like, it felt like a really cool moment to like, it made me feel like I was a kid again. Seeing my daughter view that stuff made me feel like a kid again. So I was like living vicariously through her. Mm-hmm. And that's when it kind of hit me. Is like, man, the holidays are so awesome. I just love it so much, and the reason I'm saying this stuff is like, over the weekend, of course, the trolls are out there doing whatever they're, posting different things.
Right. Busy doing that instead of shopping.
Yeah. We'll talk about that a little bit, but like, I'm thinking to myself, because people would send me messages asking me, hey, did you see this? Did you see that? What do you think about this person? Whatever. And I'm thinking to myself, man, like I'm out here with my family enjoying the holidays. I'm sure you're out with your friends, your family. Mm-hmm. You're enjoying the holidays as countless millions of people, as like 90% of the people out there are, right? But some people are, unfortunately, they're spending their holiday time, attacking people, trying to tear people down and stuff like that. And I just kind of feel sad for these people that they're spending their free, precious holiday hours or time, trying to do these things. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like if they would just relax and try to have a little bit of fun, maybe they wouldn't be so bitter and stuff like that. Of course, I'm talking about all the trolls that attack me. That happens on a daily basis. But
imagine that. Imagine
it. Specifically, I saw this post by Card Porn a couple of days ago, like around Thanksgiving or something like that, where they were attacking Jeff Wilson for
a sports card investor.
Yes, sports card investor for supposedly having some fake followers on his account. You know,
Oh, really?
so if you don't know, like sports card investor account, they got like over 100,000 followers.
That's a lot more than us.
Yeah, on Instagram, right? So they're big time. And then I guess the people who run card porn like went through their account and started like counting how many accounts that they have with like 0 posts, 0 followers, whatever, and then that gets deemed as a fake account or something like that.
Mhm.
Anyways, they made a whole thing about it, and then I just thought it was really stupid. Like they're saying he should be auditing his followers or blah blah blah, and this gives a bad impression for people who look at his account and see how many people that follow him
Oh my gosh.
and believe that he's whoever he is, right? I just thought it was so ridiculous for them to do that. Even if like 25% of his followers were fake, the dude's still got like over 100,000 followers. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I don't know, like sometimes fake accounts happen. Like on my account, sometimes people like scammers and stuff, they follow me because you have to comment. In order to comment on any of my posts, you have to follow me, right? So
Okay.
I'm sure I probably have some fake accounts of people who are trying to scam me and things like that. But all that stuff is just like, who cares? Who cares about any of that stuff? And I think they got roasted in the comments for it or something like that. And what's funny? Somebody even audited the card porn account and found out that the card porn account had a lot of fake followers too. So it was just a whole thing. But so it's like people are just looking to start shit in the hobby. They're looking to fight with people over things that are meaningless, that are inconsequential. And they're, instead of spending their time within the hobby trying to enjoy themselves or whatever, they're trying to tear people down. And it's getting out of hand. I think it's getting a little bit out of hand. And then
maybe that's why no one's at card shows anymore. They're just too busy on their phones, roasting or trolling everyone.
Well, I think it's a very small minority of people in the hobby, but some of those people have big accounts, like card porn, for example.
Right.
I like card porn. They've shared my videos before. They've gotten me a lot of followers. They post some interesting content here, mostly. But sometimes, like seeing a post like that, I thought that was very, out of character for them.
I'm kind of like jumping up to the chat room right now because there's not many there. And Zach of all trades, I just reading this. Can you confirm this? Card porn deleted their Instagram. Is that true?
So
when did the hell this happen? Oh, you say you haven't. Okay.
So this is a developing story. This just I just found this out like half an hour ago. So they apparently deleted all their followers, all their posts, all their following, all the people that they follow and stuff. So the account is like zeroed out, right? Who knows? Who knows why they did that? We
That's
can only
weird.
speculate. Right now, we can only have wild speculation. Did they get canceled? Did somebody buy them out? Did they get trolled by all the people after doing that Jeff Wilson post? I don't know what happened.
Yeah, if anybody knows in the chat room, if you know any rumors, anything, let's discuss in the chat room, please.
Did Ken Golden make a call to somebody?
Yeah, exactly.
What had them cut, right?
Oh man,
I don't know.
Money talks, baby. Money talks.
Yeah, so this is going to be a developing story for sure. I mean, I like I was saying, I enjoy their account. They post some good content. I think they act like a watchdog sometimes, but sometimes they just post some things that are just really just out of character, like the sports card investor post I was telling you about. So
I'm gonna go right now and see if it's there. Someone's just said, "Oh, I think you're." No, I see Cardport still on there. I think you got blocked, dude.
Did I? No, I didn't get blocked because I not me, because I saw the post by Neo. Neo made a post about it.
Well, I can still see it right here.
Yeah, but how many followers and stuff did they?
97,000.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe I did get blocked. Or maybe it was a.
See that, guys? Is there other people? Can you see the Instagram? There's others who can't. Let me know what's going on.
I saw it on Neo's page because
maybe they're blocking all the big influencers. I'm not big enough yet, so I can still follow.
Well, what about who said that? Who said that in here? Zach of all trades.
Yeah.
Who said the account is gone? Maybe they got hacked and maybe they'll come back. Oh no, I see them. They're back now. Okay. So they're back. So I guess it's so guys, it is a developing story. They are back. I think they probably got hacked for a little second or something like that.
But oh yeah, the last post though, if you look at the last post, it was back October 12th.
What are you talking about?
See the card porn post? The last post I see that they made, the recent post, is old. It's from
the most recent post I see is 10 hours ago.
Oh, maybe that's a pin.
But
no, I don't mind. That's weird. Which one are you talking about?
I don't know.
It's so odd.
Take over the camera real quick here. I got to take care of my daughter real quick. Yeah.
See, look at this, guys. Is yours the same way? Let me know. It says about the negativity in the hobby. You can't really see it because of the white. But it says lots of negativity in the hobby right now. Let's flip the switch. Who in the hobby are you grateful for? And that was dated October 12th. And and after that, it's the Drake autograph. And that's the last thing I see, guys. Is y'all's different? Let me know. That's weird. So weird. Okay, yeah, if you know what's going on, let me know. Yeah, it's back online.
So yeah, they probably got hacked. I thought it was going to be a big old thing, but I guess they got hacked
by anonymous.
Yeah. So, but you know what's interesting about this? Now that we're talking about card porn, they've got a blue check mark on their page, right? So they're verified. I thought to be verified, you had to be an actual person, or you had to be like some type of legal entity where you could provide documentation of who you are.
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting because card porn is supposed to be like anonymous, right? Like, who knows who they are, but yet they're able to get certified or verified on Instagram. So
maybe they legally changed their name.
I don't know. I think there's more.
Mr. Porn.
I think there's more. I was joking that they changed their name to Card Hub. You know, rebranding. You get that joke, inside joke, guys.
Yes. Oh, you're right. Okay, for some reason they can have two. Can you have two pins? Oh, you can have two pins, or you can have as multiple pins you want.
You can have three.
Okay, yeah, those are two. You're right. So the last one, I correct myself, guys. Was 10 hours ago about Star Stock.
You know what's interesting too? They had this other post. They had two Mickey Mantle post cards on there where they were talking about. There was like a PSA Mickey Mantle 7.5 that got crossed over to a CSG 8, and they were talking about the differences in pricing and whether a label really makes a difference on it. I don't want to necessarily get into that whole debate, but in their
I see it.
In their comment section where they were writing the post about the comment, they said, we are currently consolidating some of our non-sports card collectibles. I didn't know. What are they talking about? I didn't know they collected non-sport stuff because they're kind of making fun of us.
Ragging on us, yeah, all the time.
Yeah. So what's that about? See, like sometimes they make these posts that I don't know what's going on with them. You know what I mean? But that was an interesting story. I was going to talk a lot more about card porn, but I guess they're back now. So I guess that whole controversy is they're not.
Would you really think a CSG 8 would be worth more than a PSA 7.5?
No.
I didn't even know there was a 7.5 in PSA. When did that start happening?
They do half grades.
I know. I've seen 8.5, but I've never seen
They do them all the way from 1.
That's
from
so
1.5 all the way up. It's just rare.
But yeah, the only time I've done a half grade, I've gotten 2 8.5s at some point in time. That was it. No other halves. Yeah. That's
all right. Let's talk about that real quick here since you brought it up.
Okay, what's that?
Does the label make a difference? In my opinion, no.
Well, that's for us though, but for a lot of other snooty people, it does.
Like, honestly, when you get cards of that level,
right?
I would say no. Like, if there are multiple cards in that grade, in the labels, then I would say the labels do make a difference. Like PSA 10 versus a BGS 9.5 of a common card like a Luca base 10 prism or silver prism or something like that. Yes, the labels do make a difference because whether we want to acknowledge it or not, people do have a preference. And the market has spoken on that, where PSA does command a premium on those things. But for like rare cards, it's not going to make a difference.
No.
Honestly, like to me, I don't think it makes a difference. Because that Mickey Mantle 7.5, that's a super rare card. I would imagine there's not too many of those grades. I don't know. Maybe there is, but whatever it is, the population is not huge. You know, it's not like a lot, and they're not readily available for sale. So whether it's a PSA 7.5, a CSG 8, a BGS 8, you know, an SGC 7.5, whatever, I think that they should be relatively comparable in sales price. I mean, in value, in market value. And I hope that they don't try to make this a thing, because we were just talking about this last week. Remember what we were talking about, like that FTX scandal, the crypto stuff, and how I was kind of relating it back to the hobby, because everything in my mind has to do with the hobby. I look at everything in the world and I always relate it back to the hobby. So I was talking about how people were making up artificial values with cryptocurrencies, where they're making up their own tokens, things like that. I feel like people do that in the hobby also, where they try to make artificial value by saying, okay, here's a PSA 7.5. It's worth, you know, I don't know what it's worth. Let's just say it's worth 100 grand. It's worth more than that.
Yeah.
But let's say it's worth 100 grand.
Like 700 or something. Right.
And then we put it into an CSG label, and it goes from a 7.5 to an 8 numerical grade. And then now they're saying they're estimating $2 million is what I heard. Woo. Right. No, you can't, and it's the same card. Supposedly it's the same card. So you can't add in all that artificial value just from doing something like changing the label. You know what I mean? It just doesn't work that way.
Right.
So I don't think the labels really have anything to do with the value when you get to that ultra high level or ultra rare cards. But for common cards, yes, I would say it does play a role.
I can't believe someone even decided to send it to a CSG for grading. No offense to CSG, but it's just kind of ballsy taking it out of a PSA slab.
It's marketing, you know. It's marketing. Okay. So what I've learned about this, okay, and I don't know, I might get taken out for this, but I'm gonna say it.
We'll get you in trouble.
My sources have told me this. These auction houses, right? They're always trying to get, you know, big ticket items that will bring them a lot of attention. You know what I mean? So they're always negotiating, you know, with the owners of these, and they're always strategizing to figure out, okay, you have this card. How can we make this card? How can we feature this card in our auction, or this collectible item in our auction, and promote it and make waves and stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's like, and they come up with these things, and they come up with these you know, these gimmicks to market it in this such way. So this is, I guess this is the first, like, and all these companies, they work together to do this. So like CSG, which is trying to establish themselves as a premier grading company, they want to grade that Mickey Mantle card. Most people would not grade their Mickey Mantle cards with CSG, right?
I know, right?
Most people would not do that unless there was some type of negotiation involved to give them some type of benefit to do that. Not to say that they're going to get a higher grade or whatever. You know, I don't think that's the case at all. But to say, okay, you grade it with this company, you'll be the first one ever to have it in this label. We will take it to auction. We will promote it this way, blah, 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 blah. You know, so there's a lot of negotiation going around between all the parties involved. And that's how they get all these crazy cards to go to auction. And I've heard from other grading companies, not any of the major companies, but I've heard from some other grading companies where the auction houses will talk to them periodically and be like, okay, what's the craziest card you got? What's the craziest item you got lately? Can you put us in touch with the owner so that we can get that and put it in our marketplace, you know? Because they all want to have these items, because that's what draws attention to their websites. You know what I mean? So there was definitely probably a lot of planning involved with that Mickey Mantle auction for sure, and we'll see what happens with it.
That's definitely some expensive marketing plan right there. That's
Well,
for sure.
it's like it, the market is in a situation right now where you have to be creative if you want to squeeze out more profits. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's not so easy like it was a year ago, where if
2
you had
years
a
ago,
Mickey
yeah.
Mantle, PSA 7 and you sent it to auction, it was like boom, you got it, right? You get all your money, right? Now you have to like, okay, maybe the hype is not going to be around there. Okay, so what can we do to create hype? Let's put it in a different label where there's no market comparisons at all, and let's just market it that way and see what we can get and things like that, right? So you got to be definitely real creative right now if you have these big ticket items.
Oh Lord have mercy.
Speaking of that, let's talk about the other auctions that ended over the weekend.
Okay.
So there's only one auction that I cared about that was
Dan's always on auctions now,
Yeah.
folks, as you know.
So there's only one auction that I care about that was on Golden Auctions, which was for the ultra rare 1981 Hulk Hogan Poppy card.
Poppy card?
It's called Poppy.
Poppy?
Yeah, I see Culture Shock Collectibles in here. He's a toy guy. He probably knows what I'm talking about. So before I get into that, so supposedly there's a whole bunch of like high ticket items on auction this past weekend. I think on Golden and Heritage or something.
Okay.
Or no, Golden, Probstein or something like that. 2 auction houses basically. And they did not do well. Mainly sports cards and stuff like that, right? And people were kind of freaking out that a lot of these cards did not do as well as they were expected. The only, like, I don't really keep track of this stuff, but my friends were talking about it. And the one that comes to mind is like a Tom Brady rookie ticket auto. I forget what grade it is. It was supposed to go for like $1.5 million. It went for like 300,000 or something like that. I forget, something like that. So people were like saying, oh, the sky is falling, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And I don't know. My thoughts on that are, I just feel like there's just too many high priced, high ticket items going to auction every month, that there's just no way that the amount of money that's cycling through the hobby, that it can sustain all these high prices, and all these people that keep sending their cards to auction with no guarantee, no reserve. Sometimes you're not gonna get what they quote you on the estimated value of these things. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that was like what the most big controversy is. Before I get into my Hulk Hogan story, any thoughts on that yourself?
No. I want to hear about the Hulk Hogan story.
All right. And of course, there were some people that kind of mentioned this, but most of those trolls are silent about this, right? If it's not something that we care about, or a pop culture auction or something like that, nobody really cares as much. But when it's sports stuff, everybody kind of disregards the fact that the market is down and it's also affecting sports cards. So I just kind of want to put that out there. Yeah. Anyways, okay. So Hulk Hogan. Okay, 1981 Hulk Hogan Poppy action figure.
Oh, it's an action figure. Okay,
an action figure from Japan. Think like starting lineup. You know how like starting lineups had a card inside the package?
Right.
So these Poppy action figures also had a card in their package.
In 81, and pretty much this is before Hogan's era.
Yes.
Before he became, the Hulk Hogan, which he won the title in 83 or 84.
I don't know. I
think it was 80. I think it was early 84 against Iron Sheik. But
so
this is like 3 or 4 years before. So Hulk Hogan at this point is a prospect.
So the Poppy action figure itself is very sought after within the toy collecting community. Okay, for wrestling figures collectors. So the toy itself is really good, but some dude somehow found a way to get a card, get it graded by PSA, and it came back a 10. Okay, it's the only one. Now imagine PSA 10. Okay, 1981 Hulk Hogan wrestling card from an action figure. Extremely rare. extremely hard to find. You can find them today, but they're going to be beat up. You'll find there's ones available that are like graded 5, 6, 6.5.
And how much they go for?
Thousands of dollars.
That low of a grade already goes that much money already.
Yeah.
So imagine a 10. We're talking about like
it's not
Michael Jordan, Mickey Mantle prices.
Nah, not that high. Not that high.
A PSA 10?
Yeah. So the auction ended at 15,000, which is still a lot. It's still a lot for.
Yeah, it's kind of let down if you're a seller, though.
Well, here's the thing. Well, I don't think he had that much into it.
Okay.
That's a lot for a wrestling card.
Yes, it is. But if you think it's like, if you said it's that rare and the 5 and 6 goes for a couple thousand,
people didn't know about it. People didn't know what the card was. People didn't understand. People think the 1982 All-Stars is the iconic Hogan card.
Right.
Call that his rookie card, right?
Mm-hmm. That's what I thought too.
Right, but not a lot of people know that 1981 Poppy exists. Okay, I've been kind of hunting one for a while. I just I don't want to pay. It's going to cost like $5,000+ to get one, right? So I just didn't want to pay up for it. And then this one, I was watching this one for like 10 days or something like that because I really wanted this card. And then I was bidding on it, but I tapped out at 10,000. I tapped out at 10,000 for this card, which would have been stupid money to put into it, to be honest, because I've been spending a lot of money lately, and I'm glad I didn't win it. I'm at the time I bid it, and then I immediately get outbid, and I was like, you know what? I'm out, right? I'm out. And I was glad. I felt like okay, I'm responsible. I'm not spending money on this obscure card that nobody cares about. I'm not spending money on it at all. I'm going to be responsible adult. I'm done. So the auction ends. I think it ends at like 12.5 with buyer premium. It goes to 15,000.
Okay.
Right. And I was like, wow, that's more than I expected it to go for. You know, because I really thought I was going to win that. I really thought I was going to pay up and win it. And it went for a little bit more than I thought I was going to get it for. And then I thought to myself, if I really wanted to, I probably could have stretched it out and tried to pay for that. It would have been like crazy. I would have had to dip into savings. I would have had to dip into my wife's money, to get that. But if I really wanted to, I could have got it. But whatever, I don't care about it. Whatever. And then the next day, here's what gave me major FOMO.
Okay.
The next day, a very prominent toy collector. His name is Jeremy Padawa. He's famous. He's very well respected in the toy collecting community. He's an influencer. He's a high-level toy executive, works for a big toy company, big following on Instagram. He puts out a message saying, whoever bought that Hulk Hogan card, I will pay you $20,000 right now.
Oh, and I bet you that just stabbed you in all the wrong places.
He said he fell asleep during the bidding. And he wants that card bad. And he was willing to pay 25% or 25% above the sale price. And then I thought to myself, I was like, no, I knew it because I knew that card was special. I knew the significance of that card. But I didn't think anybody else knew it. Right. I just thought.
Yeah, but how did you know? Obviously, if you knew about it, others knew about it. How did you know about it?
Because I like wrestling toys. I know the toy. I know the toy market, and I just thought to myself, if I buy it, I'm probably gonna have to hold it for a long time, whatever. But the fact that somebody else, that this dude Jeremy Padawa knew about it, wanted it, and was willing to pay up a premium to get it, validated my thoughts on that card, and I got major FOMO. I was like, I felt sick to my stomach. I felt like, oh, I knew I should have just bought it. And then maybe I could have done something with it. It could have I don't know if I would have necessarily flipped it to him, but at least I would have tried to build a relationship with the guy, promote the card more, and then maybe do something with it. But it was crazy. So I definitely felt a lot of FOMO after that for not buying that card. Anyway, so here's my point. Okay, this is when I bring it back to the hobby. Here's my point.
Okay.
All right. 2 takeaways from this whole experience for me. 2 takeaways. Number 1 is the whole idea of comps and how to value cards. I think that that's starting to evolve. I think that for
Okay.
rare cards, ultra rare cards, not common cards that you can get anywhere, but for ultra rare cards, I think that the mindset is starting to shift where people are recognizing that they should be paying a premium for cards, not below what the last sale price is, but a premium on top of that. I've often said that if you're going to use the last comp of a sale as an example, then you should expect to pay, 10 to 20% more above that comp, unless it's readily available somewhere else. If it's available somewhere else, then you got a price match if you want to make the sale. But if it's not available anywhere else, you have to reasonably expect to pay at least 10 to 20% on that. Because if I'm the person that bought the last comp, right? If you're going to hold me to that last sale, then just imagine if I bought it at that price, I'm not going to sell it for 20% less, right? I'm gonna need to make 20% on it. So that should be the reasonable expectation that people have when they start negotiating, right? But it only works for rare cards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, these are rare.
So that's the first takeaway. Second takeaway is when you see something that you believe is rare, that you believe is significant, you got to go for it. Okay.
That's so true.
You can't just think, oh, maybe another one will show up. Maybe nobody else will care about this. If you think something is significant and you know the history of it and you believe that there's potential for it to appreciate in value, you should just go for it. Otherwise, you run the risk of losing out, which the way that I felt over the weekend.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, because I see one of that Hogan card, Poppy. It's Popy.
Yeah.
And someone's got a PSA 9 right now on eBay, and they got 18,000 or best offer with 24 watchers. That's pretty crazy.
It's a rare card. It's definitely a rare card. But those were my takeaways from watching that auction. I felt, even though I shouldn't feel this way, like I shouldn't feel like I lost out. In fact, anything, I saved money. But
yeah, you saved $10,000 or $15,000.
Yeah, right. And I probably would not have flipped it to Jeremy anyway.
Oh, you wouldn't?
I don't know. It's hard to say. It's hard to say that. I'd have to be in that situation to do it, to tell you if I would or not. But I think it would have been an awesome story to tell. You know,
that would have been a great story to tell. I agree.
Imagine I had that card right now, and I was telling this story of this guy who wants to buy from me, and he wants to flip it to me, blah blah blah.
Right.
And we might have like a Kurosawa moment. With wrestling cards, basically.
You're like the green thumb or the gold thumb of that.
I know, right? So yeah, I don't know. That's just what I was thinking. So I got to go with my gut. The cards that I'm buying now, I'm buying like rare one-of-one cards, and I just feel like I got to go with my gut on some of these things. But like I was
vintage rare cards, especially with wrestling. When did wrestling skyrocket to like prices like this for like vintage collectibles and cards?
Well, the 1982 Hogan sold for like 30 grand or something like that a few months ago or a year ago or something like that. But I would probably credit that to the peak of the market, but you don't see these kind of sales often, is what I'm saying.
I know.
But you're probably going to start seeing more now since that auction happened. You're probably going to start seeing more because people are going to try to like cash in, and find these cards and things like that.
Oh, and where did you see this guy post the offer to whoever won it?
Instagram. It was all over Instagram.
Oh, it was. Okay, I gotta see it.
Yeah, Jeremy
Fidel send it to me. Okay, that's awesome.
In the wrestling card community, it was all over the place. If you follow those guys.
I do. I don't know how I didn't see it. Well, I've been really busy working, so I have to go look for it now that you told me. They're not in my algorithms, apparently.
So,
dang it.
Yeah, but very interesting. I hope that one day people will grade more of these cards and the population will grow where I'll get a chance to buy it at maybe the same price. If I could buy it at the same price, I would. Okay. Mm-hmm. Hopefully it doesn't go higher or whatever, but the card is so rare. I'm actually planning a trip to Japan next year, and I'm gonna go hunting for.
You mean not just next year? You just mean like a couple months from now?
Well, we'll see. I don't want to give away my travel plans, but
okay.
I'm going to go hunting for that figure, and I'm specifically to see if there's a card in there in good condition that I can take a chance on and grade it. So,
Oh, I know. That'd be awesome if you did find something
yeah.
like that. That'd
Yeah.
be,
So,
I'm jealous. So do you think you'll get more into than vintage wrestling? Is vintage wrestling like a new thing? Is it going to be just like good as vintage sports?
I'm sure it is for some people. For me, there's only like 4 or 5 vintage wrestling cards that I would want, and I can name them.
Yeah.
1973, Andre the Giant. 1981, Hulk Hogan. 1982, Hulk Hogan. 1982, Ric Flair. 1982, Andre the Giant. That's it. That's the only wrestling cards that I would want. I might get like the 85 tops, 87 tops for fun or whatever, but they're not like what I would consider Grail cards per se. Maybe like a PSA 10 or something like that, I guess, would be really cool to have. But those are the 5 that I want. I'm having more fun collecting modern wrestling cards.
Gotcha. Yeah, but there's not any like good vintage of Savage or Ultimate Warrior or Dusty Rhodes or anyone like that?
Well, Dusty Rhodes,
or Roddy Piper?
There is all for sure. It just depends on which ones you like. In my opinion, I have the best vintage Ultimate Warrior card. I'll show it to you right now.
Okay. I'm gonna ask him another question too. Even more, vintage than that.
Right here.
There you go. Oh, the red.
Yeah, this is 1989 WWF Superstars Bubblegum card series Ultimate Warrior. This is a PSA 8.
Is that like the rarest of those cards? I know there's other ones that came out that same year of Ultimate Warrior, but is this like the primo one?
To me, this is the best one.
Okay.
I think there's a Dingo Warrior card out there, but
there is.
I think so.
Back when he was with Sting? No, he wasn't with Sting.
I know there's a Dingo Warrior card. I've seen it.
Him and Sting started together, right?
Yeah. Let me see. Let me see the pop count on this real quick here. See if there's any 10s. Yeah, there is. There's 6 higher. Let me see. They're pretty rare. So this is a pop 10. There's 6 higher. I'm trying to see the count here.
Oh my goodness.
What is this? This is number 11. So there's no 10s and there's 5 9s.
Wow.
And I guess there's an 8.5 too. So pretty rare card. I think this, but see with these later guys, the vintage cards are like 1985, 87, 88, 89, not super vintage, not really vintage, you would say. Okay. So that's why I'm not like super into collecting all these things, but just those 5 cards that I told you about.
And then how about like the even more vintage than that? Can you go back? Is there a card of, say, the original Nature Boy? Who was that? Buddy Rogers?
The 1973 set is the oldest set that I know of.
Oh, wow.
So I'm sure there's probably guys in there that I don't know the set, so I don't know who's in there. You've seen those exhibit cards that I have, right? Let me show you. I got one right here. So this is probably from like the 60s, 50s or 60s.
Oh my God. And just think that guy is all tatted up.
Yeah.
That's so taboo back in those days. I bet that just freaked people out.
Yeah.
But so now every wrestler has tattoos.
there are vintage wrestling cards out there, but for me, I'm more of a modern wrestling collector myself.
Gotcha. So did you, speaking of wrestling, speaking of fever, did you watch the World Cup today? Because I was at a bar. If you saw my Instagram,
I was paying attention. Yeah, I'm paying attention to the World Cup. I'm watching highlights. I'm checking my scores. I got to admit, I got World Cup fever. I got World Cup fever.
So you watched it today. Were you tuned in?
I wasn't watching the whole game because I had to work.
Oh my God! Yeah,
I had to work, but I was just like checking updates every like 20 minutes or so. But this is exciting. I love it. I love international competition. It reminds me like the Olympics because there's so much nationalism that's going on where everybody's like rooting for their country, even if you're just a very casual sports fan like me, you're still rooting for your country or you're rooting for the players. Like I'm rooting for Ronaldo and Messi, right? For them to go far because I want to see them succeed. But it's a lot of fun. I'm definitely getting into the whole World Cup thing. I was even very close to buying a soccer card on eBay. I
Oh,
was
you
looking
did?
at I was looking at the Mexican goalie Ochoa after he made that save against Lewandowski, and everybody was talking about how he's like the GOAT.
Okay.
I was like, you know what? Maybe I need to get one of these Ochoa cards. So I was looking, I was gonna bid on it, but it's like $800, and I don't want to spend that type of money on that.
Did you ask Brian if you should get it or not?
He did. He told me to get it.
Oh, he did tell you to get it. Yeah, I think he likes
He
him a
told me
lot
to get
too.
it, but I've been I bought something else on eBay recently, and I've been spending a lot of money, and I needed to make some cuts, and I didn't want to get into the whole soccer FOMO thing because what am I going to do? What am I going to do with a soccer card, right?
You've had soccer cards many times before.
I've made money. You know, to be honest,
I know.
I've made good money with soccer cards.
Yeah, I did too at one point.
because I always share my table with Brian.
Yes.
And Sunday League Investor, and I watch what he does, and every once in a while I'll pick up something that he's doing, and I'll buy a card, and I usually move it really quick.
Oh yeah, me too. But I haven't really been moving the cards. But a lot of the players haven't been scoring the ones that I've been anticipating to score.
Yeah.
Until Pulisic scored today,
that was
and
wild.
then hurt himself at the same time. But luckily he said he's going to be ready for Saturday's game against Netherlands. So I feel a lot better that it wasn't a serious injury.
Yeah.
But yeah, so hopefully he starts selling because they call him Captain America.
Awesome. Yeah.
He finally scored.
Soccer's a lot of fun. I might get into a little bit more soccer after watching this. I'm having fun. I'm enjoying it. And I would say, even if you're not a soccer fan, it's just to keep tabs on it to see what's going on. It's a lot of fun.
And it was great because, I live in, Hollywood. I went to a sports bar nearby and attended, and it was packed in the middle of the day. What time did the game come on? 11 a.m. here. Mm-hmm. And there were a lot of Iranian fans, and they're all wearing the Iranian kits. And it was great because, if you know in the news what's going on in Iran and, with the players and stuff, and I hope they're okay when they get back with their families and everything. I pray for them, the best for them. But it was great seeing the Americans taking photos with Iranian fans because, they're Iranian Americans. And, it was just, it really, gave me goosebumps to see that, the closeness and everything but people weren't being like just rivals going, I hate because you're Iran, blah, blah, blah. But no, people were like other Americans with their U.S. men's kits, and then Iranian fans with their kits. They're all posing together, and they're just being festive and just getting the World Cup fever. And it just really moved me, man, to see that camaraderie.
It's fun. I like it. It's like watching the Olympics where you have to root for your country.
Yeah, and it really moves me because I think right now, especially for Persians, Iranians that live here in America, it means more than just the World Cup to them right now. So it really kind of touches me.
Mm-hmm. Very cool. Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anything else you want to say about the World Cup before we move on?
No. Who do you So who do you use your favorites going in right now? I mean, we play Netherlands. We have a shot. They're going to have to play good defensively like they have the past 3 games. They've done great, but they need to really be more on the offense. They need to score. They've had 2 goals during those 3 matches, so they need to step that up. Yeah. But defensively, great. England looks freaking great right now. They're probably my odds-on favorite right now to win it all. You?
I'm rooting for Portugal. I want to see.
I know you are, but you want to sell those Ronaldo cards.
Yeah, well, I got 2 big Ronaldo rookie cards I'm sitting on, but yeah, I want to see Ronaldo win. I'd like to see Messi win too. So I'm rooting for those 2 countries.
Long shot, man. With Argentina, I think,
and USA. Those are my 3 countries.
USA. It'd be great. It'd be awesome, guys. Who do y'all think will win, and who is your favorite odds-on favorite? Let us know in the chat room, please.
Yeah, so that would be fun.
So
Saturday.
What would you do Saturday?
Yeah, Saturday. The USA is playing on Saturday. That's my birthday too, so that'll be fun.
I know. So I hope they win for your birthday, Dan. It's his big 4-0. I wish I'd be there for you, but I have another friend. He has his 5-0. So we'll celebrate this week. What do I give a man who has everything already? Y'all let me know in the chats or hit me up on IG. What can we get Dan for his big 4-0?
I will be going
strippers, folks. Besides strippers.
I will be going to the LA Comic-Con on Saturday, so that'll be fun.
That's Saturday too?
Yes.
Oh, man, I'm going to miss that with you as well.
Right,
Jeez.
Right.
Oh, man.
So, yeah, that's what's going on this weekend. Let's move on to the next thing here.
Yeah, France looks great too. Mbappe is hitting it right at the right time right now. That's for sure. What are you going to hit right now? You going to do some comments?
No, not comments yet. Let's do mail day. You want to show anything off?
Shit, I really don't have anything in the mail right now. Do you? What I'm thinking about it? No, I don't have anything mailed.
Do I have anything? Yes, I do.
I've been busy like working, Dan.
Okay.
Oh, looking for this card.
I got nothing but free time. I
now I don't know where you have it. Being a father, a worker, a lawyer, everything. It's just I don't know how you do it, man.
It's all right.
You amaze me.
Okay, so one thing I want to talk about, I got an auction, or I won something which I consider a grail. I can't show it off yet because I haven't received it, but I want to talk about it a little bit, and then I'll show you my mail day stuff. I bought the most expensive toy that I have ever bought before.
And it isn't the Hulk Hogan one.
No, it's not. It's not a wrestling toy. It's G.I. Joe. It's a graded version.
An 80s version, right? Not my
graded.
Not my version. The 70s.
Graded, yes.
Ooh, wow.
80s version. It's a 2002 convention exclusive Crimson Viper set. Now, you're not going to know what that is, okay? But I'll tell you why it's significant, okay?
Okay.
So every year they have a G.I. Joe convention, and they have a special exclusive figure for the conventions, usually like a set, okay? And I remember in 2002, I was like just graduating high school at that time. Okay. And they came out with this set, and I thought it was so cool. It was like the coolest thing ever. And I can never afford the set. I can never afford the set. The best I could hope for would be to buy one single figure from the set. There's like 15 figures in the set, something like that. Right. And every year I would try to buy some of these, but they're very expensive, and I just didn't have money. And fast forward 20 years later, I'm fortunate enough to be in a position where I can be irresponsible with my money. And I was able to buy this graded set of these figures in the highest grade possible. It's a 90. It's grade 90, which is like the highest grade you can get for toys. Immaculate condition. It's got the entire set, all the documentation. It's encased in a museum quality display. It's going to be amazing when I show this off. And I paid up for it too. I didn't think I was going to have to spend a lot of money on it, but it went for like over $2,000 to get this set, which is the most I've ever paid for a toy ever. But this could be a time when I start getting into like graded toys, which I've been talking about for a while. So I'm super excited to have that. That's my birthday and Christmas present to myself. That's one of the reasons I didn't get the Hogan card, because I bought that a couple days before. I won that auction a couple days before, and I said, you know what? I shouldn't be spending this type of money. That's one of the reasons I gave up on the Hogan. I should have bought the Hogan card, to be honest.
and do you have the toys yet? Here?
No, it's being mailed to me. I
can't wait to see it.
It will arrive next week, Monday next week, hopefully.
Now, is this like you said? You said this is a set, right?
Yeah, it's huge.
How many is there other figures in the set, or is it just like a diorama kind of toy?
It's not a diorama.
Okay.
It's like, think about it. It's like a box. It's a box of 15 figures, but they framed it where you can see the figures.
Oh, like it's all displayed in a box, like you see other like toys and everything.
Yeah,
that
but
has
it's
multiple sets.
It's huge. So I will debut it next week when hopefully I receive it before we do our next show next week.
Oh my goodness!
And I'll be able to show you guys that. But I'm going to nerd out over that. But I just thought it was cool that it's something that I've always wanted since I was young. I could never afford it until now, and I was able to kind of treat myself to that. So I thought that was cool. Okay.
I can't wait to see it, man. I'm excited.
Right. Enough of that. Let me show you some of my mail day stuff.
Okay, let's see some mail day.
First of all, I'll show you this. I got Ultimate Warrior.
Ooh, Lordy, look at that one.
This is 1 out of 10. I collect the 1 out of 10s of these. So this is another one that I got.
That's the Impeccable, right?
Yeah, I love it. I love Ultimate Warrior. He's one of my guys. So very cool.
Now, where'd you find that one?
eBay.
Okay. So you've been buying some Impeccables on eBay.
Yes, I have. I got this huge stack right here. 25 Prism, 90s Prism Marvel stickers.
Nice.
I won it in an auction. I'm going to make good money on these for sure. But they're super cool. So I got this. Listing most of these on eBay. I'm going to keep a couple for myself. So I got it here. X-Men, 90s X-Men Prism stickers. Let me show you my favorite one.
I see a Punisher in there too.
Here's like an X-Men one.
Okay.
So these are basically the 90s Marvel cards.
Vending stickers, yes.
Yeah, they turned into Prism stickers. Here's a Gambit. You know.
Maybe one day PSA will grade those.
I asked. They said no as of today, but maybe one day. So there's a Spider-Man.
I sent a whole bunch of those in last year.
Yeah, so got that. And then the big card that I got back is another one, PSA 8. I have 2 of them now.
Another Walt Disney, 1931?
Yes, 1931.
Cinema Stars.
Yes.
It's a rookie card.
Yes. So vintage. I'm very big on Disney and vintage Disney cards. So got that.
Now, is that both of the rookie cards? Is that a duel like Taylor Swift and Kanye? Is that like Mickey's and Walt Disney's rookie card?
I believe it is. There could be another Mickey Mouse card out there somewhere before 1931. Maybe, but I believe it is.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. I'm not somebody can correct me on this, but I believe it is. It's certainly the most significant one because of the pairing. So got that. All right.
Or like Drake and Bieber. It's a dual rookie.
So that's that topic here.
Now, how many you own?
2.
2. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I want to talk about this real quick here. This is what bends my corner. This is what bends my corner segment. Okay.
Okay.
So
one of Dan's favorites.
Well, you saw that I got the Bret Hart cameo that I posted.
Oh my gosh! If you should see that, guys, it's hilarious.
So okay.
Oh, when you sent that to me the other day, I laughed so hard.
So if you guys don't know, Cameo is like an app where you can hire celebrities to do a shout out for you, right? You pay the celebrities, athletes, actors, whatever. And
D-listers, anybody, you name it, sports players, reality stars, right, infamous people, anybody.
So you do it, you get a shout out. It's fun. It's just a fun thing. And they had a Black Friday sale, so I was able to take advantage of that to do that.
Oh, wow.
So I got Bret Hart. And Bret Hart, if you guys don't know, I love Bret Hart. I'm a Bret Hart super collector. I own the Bret Hart Superfractor and the 1-of-1 Transcendent. So I consider myself a major Bret Hart fan. I got him to do this cameo where he gave me a shout out. He told me about some old wrestling cards that he used to collect and his thoughts on it. Just a very cool 2-minute message that he sent me, and I shared it on Instagram, right? Just cool to hear him talk about wrestling cards, to hear him give me a shout out and stuff like that, right? And I posted it, and 99% of the posts were awesome. This is so cool. He's talking about wrestling cards, whatever. People understood what it was. It was a fun thing to do, right? Here, this is what bends my corner. All the usual suspects, all the couple trolls out there were just trying to take a shit on it, trying to make fun of me for getting Bret Hart to do this cameo. Like I'm such a nerd for liking Bret Hart or liking wrestling, and that it was like a joke, or it's like pathetic or something like that. Like they were really upset that I was doing this, and they're thinking that I'm like the worst person in the world for doing this cameo. And I just thought to myself, again, this happened over Thanksgiving weekend. I just thought to myself, man, these guys are such losers for being upset to do something like this, right? Like they're saying, you're like a loser, you're pathetic or whatever for paying Bret Hart to send you this message to say hello to you or whatever. But do these people also think when you go to a card show and you get athletes to sign your memorabilia that's stupid? Is it also stupid when you pay for photo ops at card shows? Probably not. They probably don't say that, but because they don't understand what a cameo is, they were trying to ruin it, right? And again, it's just these guys they're trying to take something fun in the hobby, something that brings enjoyment to a lot of people, and they're just trying to tear it down because they're so insecure with the way that they are. And I'm talking about, all the trolls I'm talking about,
Oh yeah.
AIH made a whole video about it.
Oh no, what's his
Of course,
name?
right? Of course, that guy is so obsessed with me.
We
He
should
gets
do like Stephen
he gets off.
Colbert when he
gets
doesn't
off
mention Trump's
watching
name.
my videos. Like every week he watches my video, gets off on it so he can make a reaction video. But
Yeah, he just did right there. You said his name.
and
Oh my goodness.
he's just one of them. There are some other people that were like making fun of me for that, and
they don't understand the sense of humor either that you have in this as well.
They take everything so literally. They don't understand that it's a fun gimmick, fun joke to do something like that. They take it literally. They take it as if I'm trying to buy clout, right? Like I'm trying to buy. Like Bret Hart really thinks I'm the best Bret Hart collector in the world, and he really thinks that I'm great, and he really thinks that I'm his #1 fan. It's like they take everything so literally. It just ruins it. It ruins it for a lot of people. And I just hope that I just pray that these people find peace in their life, that maybe they find something else to occupy their time, because they are such buzzkills. They are hobby curmudgeons, as I like to call them, people with bad attitudes, and they need to get a life for sure.
Well, that probably means you're going to pump and dump wrestling cards now if you already haven't.
Well, after all,
you're using Bret Hart as a toy to.
After I just talked up that Hulk Hogan card, for sure, the Hulk Hogan market's going to take.
Oh no, yes,
for
we're
sure,
going to
right?
wrestling now.
But these people need to get a life, man. And then and here's another thing. Now that you got me into this, okay, you got me riled up, Merlin.
Oh boy.
Okay, so these people, they're painting me like I'm the worst thing in the hobby. Like I am public enemy #1, and I'm the worst thing for the hobby. That's what these people are saying, right? They make it out like I am the most terrible thing in the hobby. And I was thinking to myself, I'm thinking to myself, like, there's no reasoning with these people. There's no reasoning with them at all. They're going to think whatever they think because they have their own motives. They're content creators, and they're just trying to use my name to get views on their channel and stuff like that. Right.
They're just going to be contrarians to anything you say or do.
Yes. But, and for some reason they singled out me. I don't think it has to do, honestly, I don't think it has to do with my content or anything. I think it has to do with who I am, where I live, where I come from, things like that. Right. I think they just don't like me. I think it's personal. They don't like me. It's not the fact that they really hate, like, who really hates Marvel cards? Who really hates Star Wars cards?
I know.
Who really hates wrestling cards? Who really hates any of the things that I post about, right? Like, it's not the specific things they're talking about. It's me. They just don't like me for various reasons. I don't want to get into that, but they just don't like me. I'm not going to say anything. But here's the thing. I was thinking, if everything that they say, if we give them the benefit of the doubt, we say everything that they say is true, whatever.
Okay.
If I am the worst thing in the hobby, if I am public enemy #1, I'm the worst thing to happen to the hobby since junk wax. I think if that's the case, I think the hobby's in a really good place, because if I'm the worst thing there is in the hobby, if I'm the thing that you tell people to watch out for, my content, the person I am, the interactions that I have, if I'm the worst thing in the world, I think the hobby's in a really good place, honestly, because there could be things that are way, 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 way worse than me. That's my thought process on that.
I can't believe anything worse than you, dude.
I know, right?
In this world going on now.
I'll take it. If they want to say that I'm the worst thing in the world, okay, then that means the hobby's not a bad place, because most of the stuff I do is harmless. You know what I mean? I'm out here trying to get Bret Hart cameos, and that's like the worst thing in the world,
Oh, just whatever it feeds your ego, man. Whatever.
I know. Crazy.
But I know your sense of humor. I'm the same. That's why we get along both. And I would do the same thing, because I would just crack up after it. I would probably love it if he just like roasted me a lot. I think that would be fun. You should get a wrestler to do that to you.
I got some
like
other
MJF
ones
or someone.
I got some other ones coming, and these trolls, they're gonna lose their shit when they see it. I've got some other ones coming.
It's your big plan. It's to manipulate the market.
Right. I'm pumping up the Bret Hart market, guys.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. For sure. Before I dump all my Bret Hart cards. But yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy that these guys have too much time on their hands to worry about this.
Oh Lordy, yeah, because we need hobby to escape reality, right?
Yes, and here's I'm going to segue to this,
Okay.
and then we'll get to the comments, guys. I promise. So one thing I was thinking about is I was chatting with a couple guys on Instagram over the weekend, and I'm not going to say their names. I'm not going to give the details, but like sometimes people reach out to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I usually try to chat with almost everybody I can. So sometimes people reach out to me and they tell me these stories about their life and why they're in the hobby. And
Okay.
one common thing that I see is that there's a lot of I've met a handful of people, maybe a dozen people or more, where they've got like some serious shit going down in their life. Like
Oh no.
their family members are sick. They suffer from some kind of disability. Some type of tragedy happens to them, and they use the hobby as an escape from their reality. You know, like
I understand.
the hobby is a safe space for them to enjoy themselves and just kind of like have fun and not worry about whatever drama that they have going on in their life or whatever situation that they're in. And I just thought that was like, when people share these stories with me, I just think that it makes the hobby so cool
Mm-hmm.
when you hear stuff like that, because that is the point of a hobby. Okay. We often lose sight of this because all these guys out there, they push this narrative like the hobby is really just about making money, profit, money, right? That's what the definition of success in the hobby is. If you can make a lot of money, then that's what the hobby is about. That's how you become successful. But we forgot that the hobby is what it's supposed to be, just an escape from reality, for a way for people to enjoy themselves, to have something to occupy their time, to get their mind off things, and just to have fun. And we've forgotten that. And that narrative is not pushed enough. And I think it's something that we need to start talking about more, because to a lot of people, the hobby is something that is necessary. It's needed for them to, to just get through life, because life can be hard. There's a lot of, I've said this before, there's a lot of crazy, messed up things that are happening in the world, and we use the hobby as an escape, right?
Exactly.
And it's great. And I wish that we would all universally understand that. But there are some people out there that try to make drama. They try to take these things in the hobby that really are insignificant compared to other things outside in the world. They try to turn them up and create false grievances in people, like I talk about, and just try to make everybody upset, and they try to just ruin it for everybody. And I think it's going to get to a point where we really need to like stomp these dudes out of the hobby.
Mm-hmm.
We really need to tune them out, because they are ruining everything that is good in the hobby. They're trying to take down good people. They're trying to poison our minds, create false grievances.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to push out the people that are trying to build up the hobby, and they're picking on people. They're bullying people. They're doing all these crazy things that they shouldn't be doing because it's a hobby. If this was something else, if this was like politics or social justice issues or work culture, or I don't know, whatever, right? If
it's something more serious.
Yeah, if this was anything except collecting cards, maybe okay, there's room for that. There's room for contrarian thinking. There's room for opposition. There's room for debate, all that stuff. But in the hobby, I mean, I just don't want to waste my time dealing with that stuff. You know what I mean? When other people are trying to use the hobby as a means for escape and enjoyment, I don't think that we should be trying to poison it with, whatever these people's false grievances are. So that's something that occurred to me over the weekend I wanted to share.
Hey, man, what do you think the definition of hobby is, man?
I mean, I don't know the exact Webster definition, but I would just say an activity that people can enjoy.
Yeah, you're pretty close. An activity done regularly in one's leisure time for pleasure. Pleasure.
Yes.
Not for the hate others, get upset about, and get worked up over.
Not for drama. Not for false grievances.
I think that's why you and I both got into it. And if not to put you down the sell side, but I feel like Dan C. Well, you spend more than I think than you sell.
That's true. That's true.
Guilty, because you have so much pleasure in this, man.
Right.
You
right.
can't stop the pleasure of it.
Yes, I pleasure myself in the hobby too much.
Oh boy, hey, Merlin after dark again. There we go.
with my Charlotte Flair Super Fractor.
Oh my
But
goodness, yes. And your giant
okay.
World Cup stroke.
But like, so that's what I'm saying. Like you, me, everybody in the chat, everybody that follows us, everybody at the card shows, everybody we interact with, we are true hobbyists. We are collectors, and part of collecting in the card hobby is buying, selling, trading. That's part of the activities.
Right.
You have to do that. And part of that is making money, flipping cards, all that stuff, right?
Yeah, and then eventually you get something worth more that you always wanted that you can eventually purchase or trade with the cards that you have.
Right. So that's all part of the hobby. We buy, sell, trade. We enjoy it. We interact with people. We have fun. These people that are creating these false grievances, and posting about these things and talking shit and trying to bully people all the time, they are not collectors. They are not collectors. They are not part of the community. They're not real deal. Their hobby is to attack other people. That's what they get enjoyment out of. They get enjoyment out of tearing people down and just like bullying people and doing all these things that have no place in the hobby. So that's why we just have to kind of like ignore them. We have to keep them separate because there's no reasoning with them. They will never try to understand how we feel, how we think, how we act, because they're doing their own thing.
Good.
Okay.
Good
all right. So there, that was my what do we call it? My what bends the corner for the week.
Yes, your 2 cents worth about the hobby.
Let me give a quick shout out to the people that we want to do. This is our weekly segment where we shout out people that we want to just kind of give them some credit for doing cool stuff. So my one shout out this week is, I don't know if I did this a couple weeks ago, but our friend Mo, Paper Gemz. So look for Paper Gemz on Instagram. He doesn't do a lot of posts here and there, but he's one of the good people in the hobby. He's a guy that if you become friends with him, he will call you literally every day and talk about hobby stuff. He calls me almost every day and just like we just chit chat about the hobby for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just really cool guy. Always fun to hang out with, very generous. And he's actually the guy who makes our shirts. Are between the Two Slabs shirts here. So go check him out. He's got a clothing brand apparel company, Paper Gemz, on Instagram. You can buy this shirt. You can buy all sorts of other shirts.
I got one too right here.
You want to support him because he's a great dude to get to know in the hobby.
Definitely great guy.
He's got a killer Tom Brady collection.
He does. And it's crazy because, I didn't realize that Mo had been in the hobby for so long, and he really knows so many people in the community. So he's a great asset to both of us and to you guys. So he knows his stuff and he's been around. Yeah,
he's a hobby OG. So we want to support him. So go check him out on Instagram, guys. Paper Gemz.
Okay, and I've got a shout out. Yeah, because we were talking about him the other day. Brad Perlman, Piggy Banks.
Piggy Banks,
and that's Piggy Banks with an X.
Yes.
And he's in the LA area as well. I think he works in the industry like I do.
He's based in Newport Beach.
Newport Beach, okay. Because we've been chatting this week too. Because he does a lot of great artwork, and he does like his own custom versions of like mashup cards. So like he gave me one during the Burbank card show of Darth Vader meets Michael Jordan Air Force ones.
Oh, awesome.
And it was like cracked ice, and it's like in a slab and everything. It's really cool. And he gave you, I know, a couple of them too. That's so awesome.
He's going to be part of our Star Wars night. He's going to bring some artwork for our Star Wars night.
Oh, he is. Yeah. That's better. I didn't know he was going to join us for it.
Yeah, I'm already locked in.
We've got so much to tell you about that. We've kind of teased people with that one.
Yeah. So go check him out. Definitely on Instagram, Piggy Banks.
Yes, great guy. Great guy too.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's get to these comments here.
Let's do it. We got a lot of notice. Andrew, good evening, Merlin Dan. What's up, Andrew? Like the icon. Trader Griffs, USA. That's right, buddy. Thanks, Adam. Zach of all trades. Those damn trolls. I know, Zach. Andrew, again, Sports Card Radio brought up Dan again. So did AIH. They're all obsessed with negativity and hate. Too much time on their hands.
Seriously.
But you know what? I noticed Sports Car Radio said they've been in the hobby forever, but lately, I mean, what do they collect? Do they sell? Like, they never talk about cards really anymore. So I don't want to get into it, but just give me a short, brief sentence.
I don't know anything about those guys, but I know that I know pent up rage when I see it. I know a sociopath when I see it, and that's what those guys are. They're just like angry at something, and I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know why these guys have this false sense of grievance that all these people have wronged them. I don't know what it is, Maybe somebody can tell us.
They remind me of the Cronenberg movie from the 80s, the Twin Ringer or Dead Ringers.
Yeah. Well, supposedly one of them doesn't have an issue with me, so I don't want to say.
That's what I'm saying. That's why they're my Dead Ringers.
Yeah, but one of them hates me for whatever reason. I think AIH has just created this false sense of grievance in him. He's played him like a puppet, and he's just implanted in his mind that I'm public enemy number one. Again, if I'm the worst thing in the hobby's not that bad. Okay. But he hates me for whatever reason. I don't know the dude. I think
Sports Car Radio.
Yeah. I think one of them, only one of them. There's two of them. And I think that one of them really hates me for whatever reason. I think the guy, I think it's personal. I think it's where I'm from, who I am, where I live. I think it's personal. I don't think it has to do anything with the hobby, but who knows? I don't know those guys.
Let's have dinner with them one time. Let's invite them for dinner. Y'all live around the area. Come have dinner with us in Southern California area, guys. We're inviting you right now, SCR, Sports Car Radio. Come have dinner with Dan and Merle. We'll have a live Between Two Slabs with you all. Trader Griffs. Adam, what's up, bud? Merle, I'm rocking the heating pad on my shoulder right now. Dude, our age, man, we're at it. Yeah, I think heating pad every day. Oh, boy. But I'm feeling better, buddy. I'm a lot of PT right now, which is tearing me up. But I'm back to yoga again, which is good. But old people's yoga. I'm doing old people's, and it's tearing me up, too. I feel like I've never done yoga in my life. Stephen Hong. Good evening, fellas. Anyone going to the Newport Showcase this Saturday? That's right. That's going on. Or trade night at After Joe's. I forgot that was going on this Saturday as well.
I might go to trade night. If I have time, I might go to trade night. But honestly, I'll probably be spending time with my family because it's my birthday, so probably won't.
What's your birthday? You do what you want to.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to spend it with I'd rather spend it with my family.
Where's the Comic Con here in downtown LA?
LA, yeah.
At the convention center.
Yeah, and then another thing about like at this time of the year, I try to focus it on family stuff, so that's why we're not doing card shows or anything like that.
Right.
So I just I'll try to enjoy family time, but maybe we might make a stop. We'll see.
Oh, I'm so jealous. I'll be in Ojai dressing in crazy outfits for theme nights for my friends 5-0. Game Time Gallery. Who in the world would cross the 52 mantle for PSA to CSG? Like Dan says, this was a marketing tool for publicity, right, Dan?
I'm pretty sure some dude like the salesperson or whatever said, "Hey, if we do it this way, we can market it this way, and maybe we can get a premium on the card." Blah blah blah. I mean, if you ask me, if I'm the buyer for it, if I buy that card, I'm sending it right back to PSA.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. The thing about like these slabs. Not that I have anything against CSG or SGC or Tag or any other company, right? It's not that I have anything personally about them, but I just want my cards to be uniform, right? I want all my labels to look the same because when I have it in my case, I want everything to be the same size. I want everything when they're displayed to look the same. So it looks nice, you know what I mean? And the majority of my cards are PSA. That's just how I operate. And I would imagine most people probably feel the same.
Has it been a while since you sent cards to other grading companies besides PSA?
Aside from SGC, I've never sent cards to any other company.
Another thing is I've always heard like, oh, if you want vintage, the best place to send for vintage is the SCG. But are you still getting the same, like you said, the same amount with SGC?
I'm glad you brought PSA. I'm glad you brought this up because I want to talk about this real quick here.
Okay. Because people always talk about it every show.
I've recently I've been telling people I've been buying like rare cards, like 1 of 1s, numbered under 10, things like that. Like like my Ultimate Warrior here. This is number 1 out of 10. Okay.
Okay.
I'm in this mindset right now. I'm buying these superfractor, these 1 of 1s, these rare cards. I don't even care about the condition of this card because
Right.
to me, it's a 1 of 1. Okay. There's only one alpha of this set here. I'm buying it. Right. I bought this stack of Prism stickers. Right. I want them because they're rare. They're hard to find, and I don't care about the condition. I don't care about grading them. None of that stuff. I'm just collecting them. You know what I mean? And if I sell them as is or whatever, or if I grade them, I don't even care what grade they come back as. I just want them to be slabbed so that I can display them in my uniform collection and everything like that. So I'm enjoying that mindset. It takes a lot of pressure off when you're not trying to like buy something and trying to gem it or whatever and then flip it real quick. You know what I mean? So I hope that other people will kind of like adopt that mindset where they're looking more at the card than the grade itself.
Culture Shock Collectibles. I like that name. Good evening, gentlemen. Greetings from Brownsville, Texas.
Culture Shock Collectibles. That's a card shop. It's a toy shop. Toy shop in Brownsville, Texas. I always see him. This is Jesse. He always sets up at the Dallas Card Show. So.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we know him.
Yes. I love the name. Joe Chapin, 81 Poppy Hogan card from an action figure out of Japan. Big time sell. Yes, it is. This sounds like it's one of the biggest holy grails of wrestling cards.
It could be. It could be.
Game Time Gallery. Lots of auctions running in December. Heritage, REA, Leland's, SCP, Huggins. With that many big auctions ending at roughly the same time, you can find some good deals. So, Dan, do you hit all those up he just mentioned?
At least half of them. At
Oh
least
my
half
goodness.
I'm looking. I'm always looking for. You never know. It's so crazy. You never know when there's going to be that rare grail in whatever auction house, whatever marketplace. So you got to check for these things. But man, there's so many good things out there that you can pick up. You got to be really selective about it. And definitely, there's not enough money to go around. I don't think. There's definitely going to be some deals happening in these auctions.
And what time of the day do you usually go researching all these auctions?
All day long.
You're just at it all day?
All day long.
How many hours do you spend researching auctions?
At least 2 hours a day, probably.
I think it's more than that. I bet.
Yeah, at least 2 hours a day. It's too much, dude. I'm highly with my time. I'm highly unproductive with my responsibilities because I'm so obsessed with the hobby. But whatever, that's just the way it is.
But it would be good to start looking at these auctions during the holidays, right?
There's going to be deals.
Besides just going to eBay and other,
right.
Yeah.
Right. There's definitely going to be deals out there. If you're looking to buy, but the economy, we don't talk about this too much, but the economy is like, it's definitely in a tough spot right now. So it depends on what your strategy is. If your strategy is to kind of wait and see and hold your cash, that's good. Mm-hmm. If you got a ton of excess cash and you're not hurting for anything, then yeah, you can go buy and you can find some good deals out there for sure. But it's definitely a tough time. So don't necessarily think that you're gonna buy something and be able to flip it right away, because it's a tough market out there for sure.
Game Time Gallery, the Hogan card was considered oddball, so it didn't sell for that much. What's he mean by like oddball? Is that there's a category?
It came out of a toy, I guess. I just think not a lot of people knew about it. You know what I mean? But it's kind of like the Jordan debate. It's like think of it like the 84 Star,
right? Okay,
versus the 86 Flare. So this 81 Poppy that came out of an action figure package
from Japan. Yeah, wasn't even domestic.
Versus the 82 All Stars, which came out of a set that you could buy out of a magazine.
Okay.
It's like, which one is better? Up for debate. I personally, I really like it personally, but that's just me. I like oddball stuff.
Yeah, this is even before he appeared in Rocky as Thunderlips, right?
Yeah.
McCracken, fellas, good evening.
I love this guy's name, the McCracken.
I love it. Show cards. Hey, Dan and Merle. Eric here. What's up, Eric? Adrian, CV Sports Cards. What's up, guys? What's up, buddy? Zach of all trades, your shoulders look really warm. And if you could just give me a nice hug, they're even warmer. A collector's dream. Hey, guys. We're saying a lot of hellos tonight. It's really warm on the back, too. Dexflow Toys. Great curator. You should look at the 85 Tops. Oh, no, it's just O-Pee-Chee Hulk Hogan. It's super rare. You'll never see it on the market. It's the Canadian version of Tops. Think PSA 9 is Pop 9, and 10 is like a 3. Yeah, but we've had the Randy Savages ones. I didn't have a Hulk. Did you have a Hulk?
Yeah. I don't think I've ever owned an O-Pee-Chee version of that. But what do you think about that? O-Pee-Chee, that's the Canadian version, right?
It's definitely rare.
But to me, it's like a foreign version. So if they came out with like a Spanish version or a Japanese version, are those equally as rare? Like, how do people view that? I would be curious. Because everybody always says Tops and Tops O-Pee-Chee, whatever. Like the Gretzky O-Pee-Chee is more rare than the Tops version or whatever like that. And I'm just like what does the hobby think about that? Because to me, because I have an O-Pee-Chee version of Luke Skywalker from the 1977 Tops, and that's very rare compared to the Tops version. But it's the same card. It's in English.
There's no French in it.
No. The only difference is on the back. It says I think it says like O-Pee-Chee or something.
Well, you think with Canada it would be like dual languages, English and French?
Yeah, I don't know, but what do people think about that? Does it really matter? I don't know. I've never given it a lot of thought, to be honest.
I don't think the mainstream market really has dawned onto it, but the highly collectible people have.
Like if it's the same card, just in a different language, or it has a different manufacturer on the back, that doesn't really move the needle for me. You know what I mean? In terms of significance, like the 81 Hulk Hogan, it's a totally different card, and on the back it has Japanese writing on it, versus the 82 All Stars, which is a completely different card. But if we're talking about the same card, same picture, same design, does it really matter if it's from Canada versus America? I don't know. What do you think?
No. You know what? Speaking of wrestling, I forgot to show you all today. I sold my Kenny Omega rookie card that was from 2011, and it came from a Japanese magazine, Obishi Road or whatever it is, or Bushi Road, for the baseball magazine. Did you get good? And it was a PSA 10, $1,500, dude.
Nice.
Yeah. Nice. PSA 10. Dexflow Toys. Merle, if you had to go to War Games versus Dan's Trolls, which 4 members of the community would you choose and why?
I love this question.
Probably the SCR guys at AIH.
No. The Trolls. The Trolls. What team members?
For my team. Oh, I thought I meant who I'd go against. Well, definitely Dan with those big arms he has now on the T-shirt. Well, those guns. He's getting a little bigger now. Look at those guns, babies. Let's see the real ones. Let's see the real ones. Flex them. Flex the real ones, baby.
True to life.
And let's see. Oh, Brian, Sitting Investor. He's gotten pretty buff now these days. And then come
on, we need a big guy. You need to get Mojo. We need a big guy in there.
But he's not that big. But he's big. But he's not
a big guy.
Big. Yeah, but not big athletic. Maybe like Troy would even be good. Trike, because he's tall and he's athletic, so he's in good shape. Because I'm pretty buff and muscular, but right now I'm not in the best shape because of my injury. So I'm trying to get there, guys.
I would also get Pecco Collections.
Oh yeah, yes. We wouldn't need any more members. Yeah. That's like our Omos.
Yeah.
Or Andre the Giant. Oh yeah, definitely, and maybe even Mo too.
Speaking of War Games, real quick, I watched War Games. I loved it.
Yeah, I didn't even ask you about it. We've been talking about wrestling cards all night mostly, and we didn't talk about the War Games.
Yeah, I love it. I thought it was great. It was great. The women's match stole it from me. They were just.
Oh, you like that the best? That was the first one.
Yeah, that was just great. I love the fact that Becky Lynch is back. That she's the man again. And everybody, it was just an amazing show. Yeah,
it was great. I mean, that last one, I just love the storyline going on right now. The storyline is
war game matches. The war game
Yes.
matches, the matches in between, I didn't really care about. I kind of fast forward.
Oh no, I love the United States title
Oh yeah,
match. That was great.
I wasn't very involved with that storyline, so I didn't care as much. But
there was only one weak one in the bunch, and that was the women's title, the Ronda Rousey versus Shotzi.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I didn't care about those things. But the war game matches, the first and last matches were just awesome.
They definitely were. Like I said, the stories right now, the storylines, the writing is superb, guys. So keep it up, Triple H. Because I used to hate the WWE. Couldn't stand it. Philly Joe, you're only going to be 40, Dan? He's a baby. Happy early birthday. Dan is the baby.
Yeah.
Even though Brian
we're gonna be talking about wrestling a lot in the next couple months, guys, as we gear up for WrestleMania and we gear up for our wrestling show that we're gonna go to.
Oh, I was going to tell you, I was watching some YouTubers, and there was actually a wrestling convention in my hometown of Winston-Salem, North Carolina this past week.
Oh, really? Was it big?
Yeah. Apparently it was huge. They had all kinds of big wrestlers, and they even had a bunch of WWE, but a lot of like Johnny Gargano and a couple other people, but they had to be pulled last minute because Triple H needed them to be on standby in case something happened at War Games.
Okay, taking the comments real quick.
Okay, and there was there was just like kinds of wrestlers. I'm like, Dan, we have to do this. Okay, I got to figure out where Dan was. Here it is. Dexflow Toys. As a toy guy, I know that set. I want to steal that set from you. Yeah, right? Dexflow. Trader Griff's. You see that it's called Soccer Chant they had going. Where was that? At the stadium, actually? It's called Soccer? Because I heard the people at the bar, they were doing that too. I didn't know what they were really talking about. Do you know what they're talking about? It's called Soccer Chant. Is that just the American joke?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Andrew, I don't see anything wrong with paying for a cameo. If I was a content creator, I would probably do the same. And Bret Hart is going, yeah, why not? I love it. Just shits and giggles, dude. Yeah.
It's for fun. These people, they got so offended that I did that. They're like, they took it literally. It's so ridiculous that they got offended by it.
It's your sense of humor, man. Have some sense of humor. CC, Evening Gents, can you show the cameo clip? Yeah, I need to start teaching Dan how to bring in the videos into the show.
Maybe I could figure it out, but it is on my Instagram, so you can check it out.
Yeah, check it out on Instagram. It's hilarious, guys.
Yeah. Let's see here. Sorry, I got to go through this here. Sorry, guys. A lot of comments here. I'm just kind of going through them.
Bubbles, NZ's New Zealand. Spot on about the escapism aspect. I can definitely relate to that. It's something I'm in control of and always has things to work towards. That's awesome, Bubbles. Mm-hmm. I love Bubbles' face. Hobby champs. The hobby fart smellers hate on you as such an absurd level. It's actually pushed me to support you even more than I would have. Thank you. Exactly. That's usually what happens.
Yeah, you know, this is an interesting take too, because I think that like something that I realized later on in my life is that you can't change. You can't. There's no reason to try to change people's minds. When people are against you, it doesn't matter what you say. They already have their mind made up, and they're not going to change their stance on you. You're not going to be able to be the one to change their minds. They have to change their own minds. So the people that are attacking me and everybody else, they're going to do it no matter what. It doesn't matter if I apologize, if I gave them money, if I admitted they were right on everything. It doesn't matter what I would do. They were still attack me for no matter what. And their followers, which are probably the worst people, because they say racist things to me on comments all the time.
I've seen them.
Their followers are going to do the same thing. They're going to support them and hate on me, even though they don't know me. They've never interacted with me. They probably don't even watch my content, to be honest. But on the flip side, the people that support us, the people that we interact with, our friends in the hobby, the people that we know, they're always going to support us. And that's just how it is. So I choose to focus on on spending my time doing podcasts with you, Merlin, responding to comments to people who follow me, interacting with people that I know. I choose to spend my time dealing with my own people, dealing with the people that support me versus trying to engage with all that negativity, because I just think it's poisonous to the
Totally
hobby.
agree. Yes. Speaking to the choir, brother. Who we got next here? Christopher Dunlock. Most of the people who joined in the last 4 years are investors and flippers. Very few people are pure collectors. I talk about this on my YouTube channel. Well, got to check it out, Christopher. Thank you so much. But yeah, you're so true on that. And we've seen a lot of those people come and go, haven't we, Dan? Christopher, again, some people are too positive, though. Oh, some people think that we'll get rich of sports cards. Yeah, I mean, everybody thinks that anyway.
Yeah. I think that was like the common mindset a couple years ago, when it was easy to make money. But like you have to definitely adjust your strategy over the last year, and it's not easy anymore to buy, sell, flip cards. But if you enjoy it and you know about it and you're passionate about it, you can still interact in the hobby in that way and make a little bit of money here and there. But for us, we don't deal with sports cards. I mean, I got out of sports cards for that exact reason. And, we're having fun in our niche markets of pop culture. And I think we're doing just fine with there.
Yeah, we're just enjoying doing this and everything, the whole gambit. Collect 3D. Sorry to hear about all the trolls, Dan. You guys have been great supporters of others in the hobby. You guys are appreciated. People are mad because you're doing it better. Yep, and we're enjoying what we're doing.
Yeah. It's definitely personal with those guys. I think it has nothing to do with the cards that we collect or the shows that we go to or anything like that. I think they just don't like us for whatever reason.
Andrew, just my 2 cents, but Merle and Dan are good for the hobby. They buy what they enjoy and passionate about, and they're open to share with the community. That's so true. But a lot of those trolls always try to have me turn on you. That's what the most interesting thing about. They're trying to do what Bobby the Brain Heenan and $1 Million Man did to Andre.
We're building the storyline, guys.
For WrestleMania, since me and Dan are going against each other
at the national. At the national, Merlin's gonna hit me in the back with a chair and turn on me. Or maybe I'm gonna do that to you.
Oh no!
Yeah, that's gonna be our angle for 2023.
Oh my goodness, we'll keep it going. The storyline. Yeah. Armand just bought a Zion case curator with a curator discount. Thanks. All right, Armand, good job.
Appreciate that. If you guys need a discount on Zion cases, use code curator, or any of the other stuff that I have codes for. They're all curator codes.
Adam, did you send this to me? Someone just sent me an article. England USA fans soccer chant video clip Qatar World Cup. Must be one of our viewers. Rip and list. Oh, it's Kelly. Will the 1981 Poppy Hulk Hogan PSA 10 be showing up in a Drake PC mail day soon?
It will not. I know who has it.
Oh, you do?
Yes. I was chatting with you. It's not Kelly. It's Kelly. But Kelly, you got something I want. You know what it is. We need to make a deal on that pretty soon.
Also, Kelly, you're going to come to WrestleMania as well? Are you going to come to LA? If you are, let's hang out, brother.
Mm-hmm.
The LA hobbyist. What's up, AJ? I was talking to AJ the other day, actually. CV Sports Cards, OPG limited print made. Check out the vintage baseball tops Venezuelans. Very, very rare. And see such a premium. Is he talking about the Fernando Venezuela or just Venezuelans in general?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, Fernando Venezuela? I don't know. Perp Horde. Ooh, like the name. Star Wars collector always looked to foreign versions. So I think OPC versus tops. OPC is a well-kept secret, in my opinion. Just the pop count on PSA reflect. I'm a French Canadian, trust me. Yeah, I mean, I've heard that from many other Star Wars collectors on IG who've told me the same thing. They say even get a low grade, it's still going to be worth something sooner or later.
You know what's cool about the Star Wars stuff, now that he brought it up?
What's that?
Some of those foreign cards, they look different. Like, I think there's like Italian versions or something like that, or Brazilian versions.
And they're still tops?
They're like, Yeah, I don't know who makes them, to be honest, but they're bigger and they're different pictures and they look cool. And you can get them on eBay right now for like, like $150, $300 slabbed PSA 8s or 9s or something like that. There's not many 10s. They're rare, but they look pretty cool. So if the foreign card is different, I'm all for it.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's just a different language printed on it, I don't know if I necessarily would try to go after that myself. But I do recognize that it's more limited and it would command a premium for people that are looking for it.
Yeah, man, because the Wayne Gretzky OPG is worth way more than the tops.
Mm-hmm.
And too. Hobby Champs, I prefer rare versions of cards. Big OPC fan.
So it seems like a lot of people commenting that they.
Yeah, there you go. We got some good answers.
Some
good comments about it.
The hobby has spoken, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. Very cool. Okay, so I think we got to all our comments there. We'll wrap this up. I gotta get off pretty soon here. Anything you want to plug? Any last things that you want to talk about?
Like I said, check me out on Instagram, Merle Cards. You see right there over my head. Also, my YouTube channel is at Merle World Cards. That's actually 2 words. Merle World's 1, then Cards. So go to my YouTube. So if you haven't subscribed, if you're in the Curator Army, then also be a Merlin maniac as well. It was weird, Dan. I didn't tell you before we got on the show tonight that I had my friend and his family all become subscribed to my channel, and they never showed up. I even did for half the people. They were like, "We'll subscribe for you," and I still have the same amount. And never said, "Oh, so and so is a new subscriber now." So I don't know what's going on in my account, man. I'm frustrated. So if y'all guys could help me out, I was 16 last week. Now I'm 17 down. Even 22 people subscribed to me. But please, I need 800, and then I'm going to be giving away a bunch of items, some cool stuff. So please do it now.
All those people that are spending money to buy the fake subscribers for Sports Card Investor, just allocate like a little bit of that money, like 10% to Merlin.
I know, right? And Sports Card Radio, come to me, please.
We can get him to that mark, guys.
Yeah, because man, I've got the hours. I have the hours of so many people.
Yeah,
like you would think I have 10,000 subscribers, but
we should do like a live telethon or something to try to get you over that mark, right?
I'm like Jerry's kid now. What's going on?
we should just do something like you should just set up a live webcam in your space, your workspace, okay, and just let it run until you get the subscriber count. Watch people open boxes of Pixar cards or something like that until you get the subscriber count you want.
You're going to have like me to have sad puppy eyes. Like, please subscribe to me now. You like see this poor Merlin? Subscribe to him.
Let me answer this question real quick.
Trader Griff's, how those Zion backpacks? Anyone have one?
I have the small one. I like it a lot. It's very handy, but it only holds like depending on how you configure it, you could hold like 30 cards in there, 20 to 30 cards you can hold in there. But I would not get the big backpack with the extra case in it. It just seems like it just doesn't seem efficient to me to carry the big case on your backpack, because the case is it's like configured where all the cards like lay down sideways. You can hold like, I don't know, 30 cards in there or something like that, 30, 40 cards.
Okay.
But it just seems very awkward to have that and to have to like take it out of your bag all the time. So I would get the small one. I wouldn't get the big one.
How about, do they make that roller one too? Because who was the woman who's the YouTuber that we always see at card shows? Korean woman, and she had the roller.
The sports cards.
Yes. Oh, I thought it was so awesome. I want one of those.
Yeah. I have one of those too. The Zion one is called the Goliath. I like it a lot.
Okay.
Yeah. So I would definitely recommend that one too. Okay, that's it. So speaking of that, if you guys need any holiday shopping, we have codes for Zion, Graded Guard, Slabmags, Stand-Up Display. We have all that stuff. This weekend, this Saturday for my birthday, I'm going to be doing a giveaway for Slabmags, sponsored by Slabmags, sponsored by Stand-Up Display, where we're going to pick 5 winners, and you guys get a red Slabmag and you get a Stand-Up Display. You can either get, real quick, I'll show you.
Okay.
You can either get a custom one of a player and his jersey number, or for a limited time only, you can get the very rare Great Curator PMG slab.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
These are actually being sold on stand-up display. The trolls are going to lose their shit when they see this.
Oh my gosh. Have you put this on Instagram yet?
This is a SKU on stand-up display's website.
Oh my gosh.
You can get your very own Great Curator stand where your cards will be on display and my approving gaze will be staring right back at you. My approving hobby gaze telling you yes. Pump what you like, guys. Pump what you like. Yes. We will be giving away 5 of these this Saturday. Watch for the giveaway post on my Instagram, and you guys might be able to get one of these. Limited edition.
Oh wow. Are they numbered too and autographed by you?
If you guys want, I will autograph it and I will hand number it for you guys. Sure to go up in value. As I will be pumping these things to the moon before I dump it.
Oh my goodness.
All right. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for all the support. Thank you guys for the kind words. I appreciate your support. You guys are the ones that help me block out all that negativity and keep me going. So
same here, guys.
We got a great community here. I love it. The hobby's a great place for people that enjoy it the way it's supposed to be enjoyed. Thank you, guys, and we will see you next week.
Have a good birthday, Dan.